So I just finished Focus 10 Free Flow on the Expand app, the app by Monroe Institute. Right now it's 12:37 and 26% moon, 20 degrees in the room and 11 degrees outside. So I have to talk about this experience because in Focus 10, usually I don't have so deep experiences these days, but something is starting to happen that I've noticed. In my last log, I mentioned that creating energy balloon also does something to the third eye, and this has started becoming more apparent to me. For example, whenever I close my eyes, I see a dot of light, very faint dot of light at the point of my focus. So, for example, if I move my eyes to certain direction, like here or here, with my eyes closed, I still see this dot of light at the point of focus. And this is not a new thing, because it was there, or it started appearing when I first started doing the gateway audios, exercises with gateway audios. I had started doing these exercises in the beginning of this year, beginning of 2024. And about a month into the exercises, I had started seeing this dot of light. And then somehow it went away because I was not doing the energy balloon so much. And I guess it's related to energy balloon or breath work, that we pull the breath from the bottom of the spine to the top of the head. It was not there. And along with that, my experiences of knowing the states, different states as I fall asleep, or different states as I meditate, the awareness of those states were going away as well. And now that I started doing the breath work of creating energy balloon again, that has started coming back. So this is something I believe that is related with creating this balloon, energy balloon. And this is what happened in the exercise just now, that I was creating the energy balloon and the light was becoming more clear and more bright. Not much of a drastically different experience, but it was nevertheless a confirmation to myself, which I thought in my last log was already a confirmation, but now it reaffirmed itself. Apart from that, there were many thoughts when I started the exercise, many thoughts and mind moving through different thoughts, and I was quietly bringing it back here again and again and again. And at some point, the experience was, whenever there were any thoughts, I didn't have to say or think, come back to the present moment. It was done in a non-verbal way. Of course, the mind was going to different thoughts, memories, but usually I'd say back to the present moment, or I'd think the thought back to the present moment, which I didn't have to do at this point. It simply was becoming easier to be back to the moment. And for a moment I realized how this is being done without thinking in terms of language. It was becoming easy to just bring myself back to the moment. And I remained there doing that again and again. And at some point it became natural and automatic, and I just remained and watched. And since I started the video logs, I am becoming more aware of different states as I fall asleep. For example, last night it was like going into the dream, knowing that it was entering into the dream. And how it played out was, I lie down on my back, Savasana position, and I started to breathe in a way that the energy came down from the feet up to the top, and then went out again, creating the energy balloon. Cycle or circulation was going on. Each time the breath circulated, I was consciously thinking to create or putting a little bit of effort to increase the pulsation. At some point, I became really relaxed and the breath became longer, by itself. Then I started visualizing myself walking, or this kinesthetic movement of walking, and a small vision appeared that I was walking in a pathway where there were left and right, there were trees, and I was just walking there. And I didn't think so much, it didn't startle me, and I just kept on walking, and I could see the scenario changing, or trees move past by, and other objects in the ground was moving past by. But I just fell asleep at some point. Then in the night I was feeling that, this sensation that that you're going to get out of body. This tingling sensation of almost getting out of body was there, and I said to myself, out of body, and that brought me back to full attention to my body, and I didn't go anywhere. It just vanished. The feeling went away. Then I just slept again, and however, I was having a dream where I could fly, and flying dreams are pretty much a normal phenomena already for me. And as I analyze all of my flying dreams, I've started to know that I had been training how to fly in the dream states. The storyline of different dreams differs. It plays out on different scenarios with different number of people, sometimes no people at all. But a common factor in these dreams is that it's appearing in a progressive way, where I'm learning how to move to certain direction, how to stop myself, or how to take off. One method that I seem to use quite a lot, what appears to be jump flying, or I'd like to call it jump flying, exactly like how a bird would fly. You just first would jump a little bit, then use the wings to push the amount of air that it needs to take off. And that's what I do. I jump and I use my hands, a little force with my hands, and then I take off. This is something I keep on doing a lot in my dreams where I fly. At other dreams, I use a device, a small plank of wood or something below my feet that allows me to fly very easily without any difficulties on moving to certain direction or anything. It's almost like a snowboard or something similar, and it's pretty easy to fly with that. And without that, I seem to have hard time flying. So I use this jump flying techniques. But of course, all of those are still inside the dream and not in a total conscious control. And another thing that happened last night was that I was sleeping on my stomach, if that makes sense, facing down on the bed. And I also felt the same, almost leaving out of body at that point. And as soon as I had a slight hint that I was going to get out, somehow the feeling was I crashed on the bed. And the whole body felt this strong jolt of being put down on the bed. So this was also interesting. Then I changed my direction and went back to sleep, thinking out of body now, out of body now. And this, as like a mantra, I kept on repeating and fell asleep. But of course, I did not get out of body. However, at one point there was a sensation that was pretty strange. So I changed my position towards right side on the bed. So I was sleeping. But then I remember taking the right side again, which means I must have taken I must have changed the position towards left side or on my back. But I didn't remember doing that. I simply don't remember doing that. Just again, I changed position towards right. Then I thought, the first time I thought that I changed my position towards right must have been just the astral body movement, not the physical body movement. And that made me think I was out. I was already almost separated, but it didn't occur to me that I was out. So nothing significant happened. But after that, one last thing that happened was I somehow knew I was out already, and everything was dark because it was still within the dream of flying, and I knew this thought inside the dream that when I'm sleeping, I just have to think fly or jump fly. I just have to use the technique and I can fly in every dream. As I knew that, somehow I also became aware that I was sleeping, and I said, okay, if I can fly, I can obviously get out of body. As soon as I said that, the dream completely vanished. The whole environment in the dream completely went away, and it was total dark space, or not in a negative sense, but it was total nothingness. And there was a little fear, which is strange because this fear was never present before in meditation or in dream when similar things happened. As soon as there was fear, I said to myself, I'm protected by light. And I immediately thought energy balloon around me. And that immediately gave me the sense of safety, but also took away the feeling that I could go out at that moment, or I could explore this phase reality at that moment. It took that away as well. Maybe because of the fear involved, I was brought back to the body. So now I put all of these experience, I would credit it to the sensations between the eyebrows, or sensations at the third eye point, and this strange, faint light still there when I close my eyes at the center of the focus point of my vision, a small circular sensation of light. So I credit all of that to this sensation of light, which corresponds to the feeling, increasing feeling of pulsations. Okay, I will see how deep it can go with these audios, and yeah, see you after next exercise.